7 secret loops that turn laziness into pure hustle. Okay, let's be real for a second. I used to be the poster child for procrastination. My morning routine? 3 alarms, all snoozed into oblivion, followed by an epic scrolling session until pure, unadulterated panic finally ripped me out of bed. My grand plan for the day? A vague, optimistic, and ultimately useless directive. Be productive. By noon, you'd find me in the same hoodie, probably 3 YouTube rabbit holes deep, mentally kicking myself. Sound familiar? Like, really familiar? Good. Because that version of me, the one who felt stuck in a loop of good intentions and zero execution, stumbled upon 7 quiet, almost sneaky loops that made hustling not just easier, but genuinely more appealing than staying lazy. Stick around, lend me your brain for the next 10 minutes, and you won't just walk away with a few tips. You'll have the exact playbook. No fluffy motivational posters, no forced green smoothies, just solid, actionable neuroscience you can switch on tonight. Picture your brain like a brand new smartphone, right? But here's the kicker. Its battery drains the moment you even think about opening the motivation app. It's like it's allergic to effort. Researchers at Yale, bless their analytical hearts, found that a staggering 92% of adults lean entirely on willpower to kickstart tasks. The problem? Willpower, my friend, runs out faster than a viral TikTok trend. It's a finite resource, a sputtering engine, not a sustainable power source. So, what's the loophole? Stop trying to force a dead battery. Instead, plug into these ingenious loops that actually charge themselves. I put this to the ultimate test when I was drowning under 6 overdue projects, with my landlord's calls getting progressively less friendly. Within 1 month, seriously, 1 month, I cleared the debt, built a thriving side hustle from scratch, and still managed to finish my Netflix shows. How? Because these loops hummed along in the background, making life happen for me, not to me. Ready to download and install them? Loop 1, the 5-minute activation. This one's deceptively simple, almost too easy. Open a timer, hit 5 minutes, and just start. That's it. No grand declarations, no heroic efforts, just 5 minutes. Psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik, a genius ahead of her time, discovered something profound about our brains. Once we begin something, especially a task we haven't completed, our mind keeps it active, almost like a background app running on your phone. It nags at you. It wants closure. This Zeigarnik effect is powerful. 5 minutes is such a tiny commitment that it completely bypasses your brain's threat detection system. Your amygdala, that ancient fear-mongering part of your brain, stays calm, cool, and collected. And while it's chilling out, dopamine, your brain's reward chemical, starts to drip. It's a gentle nudge, not a shove. For me, this is gold for those cold emails I absolutely dread writing. I tell myself, just open the draft, just address it. By the time that little timer dings, more often than not, I'm already 3 sentences deep, and the initial discomfort? Poof, gone. The real trick here is the promise. You absolutely can quit after 5 minutes. But here's the secret. You rarely, if ever, do. You've broken the inertia, and that's a monumental win. It's about lowering the barrier to entry so dramatically that starting becomes easier than not starting. Loop 2. Deep work sprints. Your body isn't designed for endless, sustained focus. It runs on natural 90-minute ultradian rhythms. Think of them as mini tides of energy that ebb and flow throughout your day. Most of us, unknowingly, paddle against this current, pushing through fatigue and fighting our own biology. That's a recipe for burnout and mediocre output. But what if you worked with these rhythms? What if you learned to surf them? That's where deep work sprints come in. I meticulously block out 90 minutes of pure, uninterrupted focus, then take a generous 20-minute break, and often repeat that cycle twice a day. During those 90 minutes, my phone is physically in another room. No pings, no notifications, no tempting vibrations. Studies from the University of Illinois have shown unequivocally that even brief interruptions, a quick glance at a text, a sudden thought to check email, can cost you a whopping 40% extra time just to regain your focus. Imagine that. You lose nearly half your efficiency just by letting your attention fragment. 90 minutes of pure laser-focused output will absolutely obliterate 6 hours of fragmented, half-hearted work every single time. If 90 minutes feels like climbing Everest right now, don't worry. Start smaller. Try 60 minutes, or even 45. The precise number is less important than establishing the rhythm, the deliberate cycle of intense focus, followed by restorative rest. It's about optimizing your cognitive energy, not just spending it. Loop 3. Pomodoro Refresh. For those smaller, more granular tasks, or when you're just trying to get a handle on a mountain of varied to-dos, we shrink the sprint. This is where the venerable Pomodoro technique shines. It's simple. 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a quick 5-minute break. Repeat that 4 times and you've completed one Pomodoro set, earning yourself a longer break, say 15-30 minutes. Now, the real magic here isn't just the timer itself, though that's helpful. It's the reset. Each short break isn't just a pause, it's a strategic brain refresh. It flushes out adenosine, that pesky chemical that builds up in your brain and makes it feel foggy, sluggish, and just plain stuffy. Think of it like defragging your mental hard drive. I used this exact method while editing this very script. Between rounds, I'd stretch, grab a glass of water, maybe stare out the window for exactly 290 seconds, and then come back sharp, ready to dive in again. Researchers in Rome, where the Pomodoro technique originated, found that people who consistently used this method sustained concentration 4 times longer than a control group. That's not a small difference. It's a testament to the power of structured breaks. A cheap kitchen timer or even an app can deliver royal results for your focus and productivity. It's about turning overwhelming tasks into manageable bite-sized chunks, making consistent hustle feel not just achievable, but surprisingly easy. Hey, quick favor before we roll into the next set of loops. If you're already picturing which one of these you're going to try first, maybe the 5-minute start or those deep work sprints, go ahead and smash that like button. Just once. It's a tiny signal to the algorithm that this content is valuable, helping it reach another procrastinator who desperately needs it. And let's be honest, it selfishly tells me to keep digging into the neuroscience and bringing you more actionable insights. Win-win, right? Let's keep rolling. Loop 4. The Eisenhower filter. Every single morning before the day has a chance to overwhelm me, I grab a sticky note. Or open a digital one. I draw 2 lines, creating 4 distinct quadrants. This is the Eisenhower matrix in action. Urgent and important. Important but not urgent. Urgent but not important. And finally, neither urgent nor important. Anything that falls into that bottom row, the urgent but not important, or neither categories, either gets deleted, delegated to someone else, or deferred to a later, less critical time. This isn't just a classification system. It's where decision fatigue comes to die. Trying to figure out what to do next, what truly matters, drains more energy than you realize. A study from the University of Georgia revealed that workers who took the time to rank and prioritize their tasks before diving in were a remarkable 76% more likely to actually finish their top priority item that day. Think about that impact. The beauty of this loop is how it closes. Your absolute top priority, that urgent and important task, gets immediately scheduled into your very next deep work sprint. Suddenly, your day isn't a chaotic mess of competing demands. It has a spine. You're not flopping around, wondering what deserves your precious attention. You're executing with purpose, tackling what truly moves the needle. Loop 5. Body doubling from home. Remember those days in college, hunkered down in a quiet library? You had the same textbooks, the same dreaded assignments, but somehow focus felt easier, more natural. That's the magic of body doubling, the subtle, often unconscious power that the mere presence of others has on normalizing and even enhancing our effort. It's not about direct collaboration, it's about shared space and mutual unspoken accountability. Today, even working remotely, I tap into this. I often co-work on Zoom with a friend, mics off, cameras on. We don't chat, we just exist in parallel focus. If you're flying solo, apps like FocusMate are brilliant. They pair you with strangers for 50-minute virtual work sessions. The American Psychological Association reports that this simple social facilitation can boost persistence by a significant 33%. You don't need a motivational speech from a guru. You just need the quiet, reinforcing presence of another heartbeat in your digital room. It combats that isolation-driven laziness that can creep in when you're working alone. Knowing someone else is also in the trenches, even virtually, provides a subtle but powerful external push, making sustained effort feel less like a solitary struggle and more like a shared journey. Loop 6, Intentional Playful Reset. Okay, let's be clear. A pause does not mean immediately opening Instagram and falling into the vortex. Real effective breaks involve active movement or genuine play. Why? Because both of these activities are incredible for spiking nitric oxide in your body. Nitric oxide is a vasodilator. It widens your blood vessels, improving blood flow, especially to your brain. This essentially reboots your energy, clears the mental fog, and gets oxygen and nutrients flowing where they're most needed. I keep a high-quality yo-yo on my desk. 10 quick throws, a few simple tricks, and suddenly my prefrontal cortex, which felt like it was swimming in alphabet soup, climbs right out. Stanford researchers discovered that people who incorporated walking breaks into their routine returned to their tasks with a remarkable 60% boost in creative output. That's not a small number. The key here is to schedule these breaks before you feel utterly drained. Prevention, my friends, always beats recovery. Don't wait until you're slumped over your keyboard, staring blankly at the screen. Proactively injecting these playful, restorative moments ensures you maintain a high level of energy and focus throughout your day, rather than constantly trying to dig yourself out of an energy deficit. Loop 7. The feedback flywheel. This final loop is all about harnessing the incredible power of social accountability. Every Friday, without fail, I send a concise 2-sentence update to 3 trusted friends. It's simple. Here's what I shipped this week, and here's what stalled. In return, they reply with just one constructive suggestion. This entire exchange takes maybe 7 minutes total, but the social accountability it generates more than doubles my follow-through on commitments. It's a subtle but mighty force. A landmark Harvard study on goal setting found that participants who regularly shared their weekly progress achieved a staggering 40% more than those who kept their goals and progress silent. The key is to keep your circle tiny. Quality of feedback and trust in that feedback absolutely trumps quantity of observers. This loop creates a self-reinforcing system. Effort goes in, encouragement and gentle nudges come back, and momentum builds. It's a continuous feedback loop that keeps you honest, keeps you moving, and turns abstract goals into concrete actions. Look, let's be honest with ourselves. Laziness isn't some deep moral flaw. It's often just outdated firmware in your operating system, a default setting that needs an upgrade. These 7 powerful loops, the 5-minute activation to overcome inertia, deep work sprints to maximize focus, Pomodoro pulses for sustained concentration, the Eisenhower filter to conquer decision fatigue, body doubling to leverage social energy, playful resets for genuine rejuvenation, and the feedback flywheel for consistent accountability, they work. Why? Because they run parallel to your biology, not stubbornly against it. They leverage how your brain and body are naturally wired. Don't try to implement all 7 tomorrow. That's a recipe for overwhelm. Pick just one. Seriously, just one. Run it tomorrow morning. When it clicks, when you feel that subtle shift, that surge of genuine progress, then stack the next one. 6 months from now, You'll vividly remember this afternoon. You'll remember the moment you almost scrolled past this video, almost gave in to the old patterns. Instead, you chose to rewire your brain for a hustle that feels not like a struggle, but genuinely effortless. Now go ahead, subscribe for more brain-based productivity insights, close this tab, and start your 5-minute timer. Your future self is already sending you a silent, grateful nod.